Welcome back, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am in my best wizard garb with the glasses, hat, and everything because I'm gonna try and tell the future. Meaning, I'm going to basically go through the pictures, through the clothes, and through the items, through the meals, through everything, and I'm going to try and pinpoint which characters we might be looking forward to in the future. First and foremost, we do know that in the next, or coming up, either the next one or the one after that, we will be getting Miss Princess Vanellope von Schweetz. I think is her last name. Yeah, von Schweetz. Because a princess will be racing into the valley. That has been quoted multiple times, and we thought that it was going to be for this last star path, but it was not meant to be. Anyway, on to the pictures, the items, clothes, and all of that. So obviously, if you go to this picture, the one where you get a clue of where Remy is, you can see Eve on the left, Beast and Vanellope on the right, as well as Mickey in the center and Remy. So obviously, we would probably be getting Eve as well as Beast in one of the updates at least, and we have seen Beast in other photos as well, in promotional and in other ones as well. That's really the only picture that has anything that really foretells any other characters. There are some that have, like Ursula and Eric, we obviously already have them, Scar, Simba, Mirabelle, all of them. We get these pictures after we actually get the characters themselves. So that first one is really the only one that foretells anything. But if we go down to meals, if you look at some of these, we can kind of tell which story they might be from. Some are more Arendelle based, like the marinated herring that's at the top is specifically from Arendelle, but we already have 4 of those characters. I do not foresee them bringing in Prince Hans or the Duke of Weaseltown or anything like that. But if you look at some of the other foods, we might be able to see what other characters we might be getting. For example, if we go down to some of the pies, such as the banana, the blueberry, and the cherry, these look oddly familiar, and these do look like the ones from Brave. If you look at the movie, you can actually see Merida eating one of those pies. So we might be getting her at some point. With the popsicles, we might also be getting Judy Hopps or possibly Nick Wilde in the future as well, but there's also no telling. And your future foods, we could be getting more Halloween-esque things, since October is most likely going to be the next star event. But if we go down to clothing and furniture, they each have these names at the top, such as the Mickey and Friends, which obviously we have Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Minnie. We might be able to look forward to seeing Daisy in the future, which I honestly would really like. I don't know what her comment on her being on the front of the boat that Donald has. I don't know what comment that would be, but it would be funny to see anyway. For Wally, again, we might be getting Eve in the future since she was seen in one of the photos. For Moana, I don't think we would be getting anyone else. The mom and dad weren't as big of a part. Grandma is dead, so unless we see her as a manta ray, I don't think she's going to be coming back. So it's really just on Moana and Maui. For Ratatouille, again, I can't see anyone else. Besides Remy coming in, I don't think the red-haired guy, I can't remember his name right now, I don't think we would see him or Gusto or anyone else. But we do see Beauty and the Beast down here. Again, We have seen Beast, and Beast would not come without Belle. We got Simba and Nala at the same time. The prince is not going to come without his princess, especially if we have her floral dresses and necklaces and shoes. Oops. Now, what I think is kind of curious, tell me if you guys know what this item is, but it has a Dreamlight item here, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. But that could be foretelling of having the forgetting character as an actual friend in the future as well, one that you can actually give items to and make more friends with, see interactions with them and the other characters, because you do actually see them in the valley as well, and I think that would be really interesting to see that. Now, for Wreck-It Ralph, obviously we're going to be getting Vanellope soon. We have seen her in promotional videos, promotional pictures. We have these items that are especially sweets related for Vanellope, but we also have these things like the indoor vertical fountain that really remind me of Ralph's game. So we could be getting him in the future as well, if not with Vanellope herself. For Cinderella here, I don't think we would get any other characters besides Fairy Godmother. I can't really see them bringing in the prince or Cinderella herself, unless there was some promotion with it next year. For Lion King, I think we're all filled up because we're not going to be getting Sarabi and we're not going to be getting Mufasa. Possibly Timon and Pumbaa, but I think that might be too many characters for them since they already have 3, and it's the 3 main characters. For Little Mermaid, again, I can't see any other characters coming in since we have the main 3, the prince, the princess, and the villain. Although I do love Ursula and her little scheming and her sweet, innocent looks. For Frozen, we have Olaf, we have Kristoff, Anna again. I don't think we're going to be getting Hans. Tangled, we have all of these items for Tangled, so we might be getting Flynn Rider / Eugene Fitzherbert and Rapunzel later. Especially since one of the photos, we do see Rapunzel's tower in it as well. I believe it might be the first load screen as well, or it used to be at least. So that might be coming, especially since we also have Mother Gothel. For Monsters Inc., I do kind of foresee us getting Mike and Sully at some point, and possibly Boo, since we do have their house as a skin as well as all of these furniture options. We do have the, I believe it was last Star Path that we had some of these items. And you just can't go wrong with a big fuzzy teddy bear like Sully. For Toy Story, I think we're good with Buzz and Woody, so I don't think we can really expect anyone else. For Lilo and Stitch, we could possibly see Lilo coming in, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think we might be good with Stitch since he's the big troublemaker. For the ancient civilization that we see, there's a lot of hints that go down to Kida or Milo. I think they would be the only 2 that could possibly come in. And for the Incredibles, we don't even know. We have Elastigirl's outfit as well as Violet's, and we do see Mr. Incredible's suit, so we could be getting him at some point. I feel like it would be hilarious getting Jack Jack for some reason, because he is insane and unpredictable. For Hercules, we could get Hercules, we could get Meg, we could get Phil himself, or we could even get Hades. For Coco, I think Miguel might be the only one we would be getting. And for Cars, I don't think we would be getting Cars anytime soon for the main purpose of how big they would be. Because if we look at just the size of this bed, it's pretty big. And I don't think that could fit down any of the paths, and just imagine some of those cars coming around. I don't think Mater and I don't think Lightning McQueen would ever fit. For Lightyear, we already have Buzz and we do have Woody as well, so unless they somehow did the Lightyear Chris Evans version, which I don't really foresee that happening, I think this is just a nod to the movie, a nod to the character himself. For Up, I think it would be pretty funny to have Doug, but I'm not 100% sure if they would be bringing any of the other characters in. We could have Carl, and we could have Russell. For Sleeping Beauty, I could see Maleficent being one of the characters because they are doing more of a villain route, and I believe that they're going to continue doing a villain story like Star Path near Halloween, especially since we have this statue chair. With Snow White, that's an old enough movie where I don't think that they would bring in Snow White or the prince themselves, but possibly the evil queen. Or since we have one of the mines, we could be getting one of the seven dwarves as well. I mean, hey, we could actually get all seven of them to work in the mines as well. For Encanto, I don't think we're going to be getting any of the other characters, just because there's not anyone that you can really pinpoint without the other. You can't bring in the one aunt without the uncle, you can't bring in any of the cousins, or you can't bring in the sisters without the other. The only one that could possibly come out is possibly Bruno, since he was a bigger part of the story. And then we have Princess and the Frog. I think that it would kind of be interesting to have Tiana as a frog, just like how Ariel was a mermaid before and then we could change her back. Especially if we end up finding Prince Naveen himself. So those are two characters that we could have come in. I think having Louis or Louis, the alligator, I think that would be funny as well. For Finding Nemo, unless they bring in Marlin and Dory, specifically just for the water, and they would have to be big enough, like almost Ratatouille size. And Remy is very hard to find most of the time. Turning Red, unless we have Mei as the red panda coming in, I think that would be cool to have her as the two sides. And then I am all for the transformations. Inside Out, I don't think they would bring in any specifically because of how small they would be. Again, we would have characters the size of Buzz, Woody, or Remy who are very small and sometimes really hard to see. And I can't even imagine what their house would possibly look like. For Elementals, this one's up for debate since the movie just came out. I could possibly see the two main characters come in, but other than that, I'm not 100% sure on that. For Big Hero 6, I would love to see Baymax in here. But having these names on here does not mean that these characters will be coming in, although we do hope, and having them in here could be a huge hint at what is to come. But at the end of the day, that's yours to kind of see what you think. Are there any other characters that I might have missed? If you have any idea, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.